On June 14th, 1969, Dennis Martin of Knoxville went missing in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Dennis was a few days shy of turning 7 years old. Dennis, his brother, and some other kids were at Spence Field, a large clearing along the Appalachian Trail on the Tennessee side of the park, camping with their families, and decided to hide in the bushes and surprise the adults. The other kids came back to the camp, but 5 minutes after their return, Dennis had not been spotted. Dennis's father, William, and his grandfather, Clyde, started searching for him. William went back to the trail that they had hiked earlier in the day, covering 2 miles searching for his son, and could not find him. He reported the disappearance to park rangers, setting into motion the most extensive search in park history. Unfortunately for Dennis and his family, the initial search was hampered by the weather. 3 inches of rain poured down on the area, and the following day mist and fog obscured the view of searchers. Bloodhounds were on hand to help with the search, but the heavy rain had washed away Dennis's scent, rendering the search canines ineffective. In total, 1,400 people combed an area of 56 square miles, and they found nothing save a few footprints that could not be positively identified as belonging to Dennis. Volunteers, National Guard units, and even an Army Special Forces unit from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, aided in the hunt. The last organized search, which had a search party of nearly 400 persons, took place on June 29, 1969. On September 14, 1969, the National Park Service officially closed the search for Dennis. 16-year-old Trini Lynn Gibson of Knoxville was on a horticulture field trip in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park with 35 classmates from Bearden High School when she went missing on October 8, 1976. Trini and her group had been hiking to Andrews Bald near Klingman's Dome, and no one in her party had seen her after 3 p.m. Search parties never found a trace of the girl. Some have speculated that Trini planned her disappearance and arranged for someone to pick her up and give her a ride out of the park, but there's no way to know. Thelma Pauline Polly Melton, 58 years old, from Jacksonville, Florida, went missing near Deep Creek Campground on September 25, 1981. She was hiking with 2 friends on an easy trail, and she outpaced them. The friends saw her go over a hill, and that was the last that was seen of Polly. Polly was a tall woman who stood at 5'11" and weighed over 180 pounds, so it seems unlikely an abductor could just grab her off the trail and carry her away without causing a disturbance or leaving any clues behind. I tend to think the next 2 disappearances were suicides. 45-year-old Christopher Lee Cessna of Cary, North Carolina, went missing on April 27, 2011. Authorities found his car in the Newfound Gap parking lot, but were unable to find any trace of him. According to his relatives, he had been depressed, and a gun he owned was missing. Similarly, park rangers found a vehicle belonging to 24-year-old Derek Luking of Louisville, Tennessee, in the Newfound Gap parking lot. Derek failed to show up for work on March 15, 2012, and was reported missing. There was a handwritten note in the car that read, "Don't try and follow me." According to Derek's family, he had been acting erratically leading up to his disappearance, and they were concerned about him. Even if Derek Luking and Christopher Lee Cessna killed themselves, it's still baffling that authorities were unable to find a trace of the 2 men. How can people simply vanish? I suppose that is the question when it comes to these mysterious disappearances in our national parks. But I'm not sure we really want an answer. It might be far more disturbing than the question.